We're just ready to start. So let's go. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you to be around. It's quite nice to be here in such a show, and I wanted to present myself. So I'm Julie. I'm head of marketing at 365 Talents. I've been in marketing forever, but I've been in the HR sector and working for an HR tech for 3 years only. And it's great because I discovered your world, and I found so many similarities between my work in marketing and what you do in HR. And I thought, you know what? Let's talk about it, because I think I might not be an expert in HR, but I know definitely my role, and that could inspire you to see what could be transferable to your work. So there's one word that I want to talk about, and it's experience. It's everywhere. Everything. My job title a few years back at Experience, it was brand new, and now everyone's talking about it. Why? Because if you think about it, you're a consumer. You know that you have amazing experience with Disney. All big brands are making a massive difference, and they are winning against their competition thanks to experience. It's not just the product, it's how it is. And because as a consumer, you have that habit of having great experience, frictionless on Netflix, all those experiences at Thai Airways, etc. All of this makes you very, very, let's say, demanding. You're a demanding customer because you're very mature. And that means, as a marketing person, I need to think also about the experience for my prospects. And what does that mean for HR? It's exactly the same for you, because what transpires from the customer, let's say the consumer world, comes into the work experience. And well, we need to adapt, because obviously competition will work on having a better experience than you. How is the employee experience, etc., etc. So let's go dive down that route, and let's put ourselves in the shoes of someone, who's an employee. And that's really one of the first thing is, whenever you're doing marketing, you think of your audience. Think of your audience. So for 40 minutes together, we'll think of the audience, and we'll dive into that. So are you experienced? Ask yourself, how's my experience in my company? Am I just thinking about processes, or do I take the journey as an employee and see how is the onboarding journey? Usually it's the first thing you fix when you're an HR person. Onboarding, yeah, fine. How's retention journey? Maybe not that well, but it's, again, putting yourself into all those journeys and thinking about the experience you're offering as an HR, and saying, okay, where are the friction points, where I'm losing people, and thinking of your experience. I'll take a comparison, because I like comparisons and it makes a good understanding. You remember travel agents? Are you old enough to know about travel agents? Physical, I'm old enough for that. Physical travel agencies. When you think about it, if you compare your employee experience with the travel experience, it's a bit like that. If you need to go somewhere, if you want your career to have a career change, you go to your travel agent, aka your HR agent, and you ask him, okay, what do you have on offer for me? Or maybe it's your manager. But this is what you're doing at the moment, okay? But what happened? Why we're not doing this when we go traveling? It's because there's digital. Hey, digital has opened up, and that means, well, you go online, you check TripAdvisor, you go for a recommendation, you know how to make your choices. You are an informed customer. And before going to the travel agent, usually there's about 85% of your research will have been done online. And that's very important, because in the marketing thinking, all those tiny intents, it means I thought about traveling ages ago, before going to the travel agent. And I want to know this. As a marketer, I want to know who wanted to travel, so I can tell them what's better for them. And digital is doing that really well. Why? Because they're obviously compiling data, making sure they have clever recommendation. So if you take that and say, okay, how's my employee experience comparing? Am I more on the travel agent kind of thing? Or do I put some digital, and how the two connect? Because you could have, obviously, the physical and digital should work together. So where do you feel most comfortable with? And also, digital doesn't replace the travel agents. We still have some travel agents, but they have a good digital offer. So again, think of that example. Keep that in mind in your experience, in how you design your HR programs. And let's continue, because we put that into a graph. I love graphs, and that's the theory. That's probably the thing you'll bring to the office. It's talent experience. Okay, I love concepts. That's very marketing. This is from Josh Bershin himself, so the HR guru with all the theory. But roughly, when you're an HR person, you go to your basic needs. That's core HR, the pay, systems, fine. Talent management, usually you have it covered because they're hiring, performance, necessary needs. We're really on the Maslow kind of pyramid of needs. Then comes the employee experience. And employee experience, if we really categorize it, it's more the day-to-day activities. It's what you're doing on every day. And what I'm talking about, and what my company is about, is really talent experiences, where your talent will evolve, how you will work with your talent to really create a great employee career and growth. So that's where we are, okay? And more information, I've got my two colleagues over there. But the why there's a big difference between talent experience and talent management is usually when you think about talent experience and talent management, you usually have an incomplete journey, because people are just applying to an opportunity. Maybe they saw it on the job board, but it's just a part of the journey. You don't know how they became aware of the offer. Was it just pure luck that they went onto the job board and they found something that was relevant for them? Maybe it was someone recommending them, saying, "Oh, I've heard, from someone that someone has a job offer that could be good for you." So you lack that transparency, and then you have absolutely no idea on how they do the 3 steps of awareness, interest, and how they consider before applying. So all of this doesn't exist in talent management. That's why talent experience is quite interesting. It's because you can master the talent, interest, and consideration steps. And the good thing about this, and that's why marketing is quite there, it's because if you're a travel agent, if you think back of it, it would mean that you only take care of the people that are passing through your doorstep, because it's only the people applying. So you haven't done the awareness, you haven't done, consideration, you know nothing about their steps that made them apply for the job. So obviously what we want to do is, hang on, what happened? Yeah, is, well, you know what, those 3 steps, it's roughly how my marketing team is structured. And that's why I see so many similarities between my job and yours, because that's my team. Let me present my my team. But we are organized with 3 steps, and that's a marketing flywheel. So it's roughly we attract strangers, we engage them, they become prospects, and then they become customers, and we want them to feel delighted. That's a marketing theory, but I think it applies so well to HR, because you need to attract talent, externally fine, but also internally you need your talent to, if you want to work on retention, you need to attract them on new opportunities, on new trainings. You need to engage with them, and you need obviously the holy grail of talent retention, your ENPS and the delight, but it's exactly the same steps. So if we deep dive into each of the steps, awareness is definitely attract. So it's the same. So imagine that obviously you have talent acquisition teams, and they work on mostly the external parts of your talent hunt. But what if they could also do that internally? What if they had, they could magically see all the opportunities that are all relevant for them and they hadn't thought of? For your talent, it's super important, but for your talent acquisition, it'd be great too. So marketing mindset tip number 1, be where your talents are. So that means if you want the awareness, maybe you need to push some notifications within Teams, which is something that we can do. Maybe you need to make sure they engage with something that's relevant for them, because personalization means people will engage better. So one of the tips is really make sure you make your people aware where they are working. That's one of the tips. And how you make your offer visible? Well, and you guessed, the job board won't do the trick. If you think of the travel agent example, you know that. The idea is obviously the more you know your audience, the more you'll push them personalized offers where you have more chances to catch your talents. They'll be interested. So that's why the double combo of being where your talents are plus making sure the offer is personalized is a key winner. And then once you have that, you need to engage into yet another tool. And I know one of the reasons I have loads of discussion with my customers is like, how do I get people on board with yet another tech tool? Because it's always the thing of sorry, disappeared. There we go. The whole thing is that how do I engage? Well, the tool has to be super easy, super understandable. Plus, it needs to give value straight away. If you don't see the value, you'll fly away from the tool. So the idea is you engage your employees to come to the platform from where they are. So imagine you have a little nudge in Microsoft Teams telling them, you know what, I've got this opportunity that could be interesting for you. Do you want to check it out? They come to the platform and then you ask them, okay, fine, you're on this. Do you want to accept it, yes or no? Do you want to develop that skills that could be interesting? And that's all those nudges and all that journey where you have those touch points will make your talent engaged. So thinking about the journey and thinking about the touch points is also a good thing. And again, I've put little marketing mindset, knowledge equal powers, because the more people are coming onto the platform, so it's not Big Brother, it's all anonymized, but you have data and you know who's clicking what's important, who's declaring skills, what skills are more relevant for those talent, etc. And all that data means that you'll be better at personalizing offers to them. And that's how the platform works. And then the third step of consideration, I've put consideration with delight, is that the consideration is usually when people are looking at the offer and saying, okay, I should apply. Just before they apply, how do you measure that people are considering new opportunities? Well, usually it's one of the steps that I want my customer to concentrate on, because I want them to really think of what is the value of me offering a talent experience platform. And usually it's through the consideration steps. I'll show you, because there's obviously the ENPS where people will say, I've got great opportunities within my company, I'm happy with my company, fine. But then you have loads of others KPIs you can monitor within the platform that could help you show the impact you have on employees in the boardroom and throughout your HR teams. And I've put a fourth step because I always like bonuses. The last marketing mindset is really automate. Anything that is low value for you, you need to automate. Writing job descriptions on jobs you don't know. Frankly, there are so many tools that could help you with that. But definitely anything that's low value needs to be taken away from your jobs, because I don't think HR should be dive into Excel spreadsheets. That's not why you chose that career, I'm sure. So the idea is measure the time you could save. Measure the times you could save with clever automation that could help you, reduce the time you are spending on creating all those job offers, matching the right talent, etc. And that will help you get a tool like this and make sure you offer a great experience, because you'll have more time to be creative about the experience and less time on the Excel spreadsheet. So why talent experience now? Just when you look at it, you're like, well, I've got my core HR, I need my talent management, I've got so much to do. This is a bit the icing on the cake. Well, I don't think it is. As you can imagine, talent experience to me is more is the thing that will be the cutting edge to your competition, the thing that will make you stand out, and the thing that will make talent retention really work. So now that you're all here, I've got a little game and I love Mock the Week. I'm so sorry it doesn't exist anymore, but that's the answer. Can you guess what is the question? Okay, so $800,000. Okay, can you tell me if it's A, B, or C? So you can do who thinks it's answer A? No one. Okay, yeah, I guess that. Otherwise, I'd be in HR. Is it answer B, implementation of an HRIS solution? Yeah, maybe not. So everyone thinks it's C. Yeah, well done, well done. I've got a very good audience. Well done, you. It's definitely C. It's skills gap. So knowing your skills. We talked about talent experience, but skills gaps cost companies an average of 800,000 a year. That's a big reason for why your talent experience platform is good for your people, but it's also good for the company. And usually, as an HR person, you need to juggle the two expectations between the people and the business. That's a really good. That's a really good number to know. And good thing is, 80% of companies know the skills gaps. You all knew about it. You found out that it was answer C. So you have a skills gap. What do you do about it? Well, good thing is, 77% of your workers are already ready to learn new things and to fill that skills gap for you because they want to learn new skills. Problem is, you need to know who wants to learn what and when. When does that make sense on their path, on their journey, when you design their talent experience? But the problem is, and that's the why we need to work now, is there's only 34% of them that think that the organization has enough skills development opportunities for them. So it's all there, it's all panned out, and I think those 4 figures are really good for you to help you in making the case for a talent experience platform. And talent experience, as I said, it's really not a side project because the ROI will help you having optimized learning programs. That means if you know your skills, if you know what people want to do, then you're really good at defining your learning. And usually your talent experience is integrated with learning systems. Same for external recruitment. You're way more clever in your external recruitment because you onboard internal talent first, and then you obviously have an impact on turnover and churn. So I just gave you this as an example of a funnel and a journey and the impact they could have. It's a major bank that we have as a customer. That's how they measured the impact of their talent experience platform. What I like about it, it's like a marketing funnel. So you could see how, they had all the opportunities and number of opportunities they checked. So it's on 80,000 employees, okay? Think at all the opportunities means how many training, how many learning opportunities I have, how many assignments or jobs, roles, all of this is an opportunity. How many job openings were checked? That's way more than a job board, I can tell you. They did a before and after. How many positive answers on the jobs and the 5K applications to the ATS system to apply internally. So that means, that's your funnel of how your talent experience and how you measure the steps. And that's really good because that's exactly you covering the awareness, the consideration, and then the application at the end. So you have the full process. And at the end, they could show that it's interesting also, I like it. It's not 100% of the internal mobility that was made through the talent experience. You still have, some pathways that you don't master, but 80% of the pathway. And I think that's great. That's great. That's a great way to measure the implementation. One thing, obviously, about talent experience platform can go very quickly. You can implement in 6 weeks because, well, it's a SaaS tool, and we, more than just being a tool, we also have a whole change management customer success team with us. So that means we know how to go fast. So it's not something you'll wait for 2 years to have a full scope of everything. You can go very fast and you can prove the value. I think proving the value is also a marketing mindset very quickly. It's not just another project. Is you have objectives, you have ROI, you want things to get done, and that's really helping you. To help on that, and we have a booth just here, but we have a Skills Drive. It's an offer we just launched where, in fact, you can uncover your skills and having a skills map and your action plan in one click. If you want to talk about it, my colleagues are over there. I'm marketing, so obviously I do ads sometimes. And then about 365 Talents, because I did all of this, but you don't know about my company. So we're French based, but we're European, really, truly European. We're already in the Nordics. We just opened the UK. We already have some users in the UK, and I have Rob. Rob is one of my customers who was sitting just next by. We have about 400k users across the globe, so in 60 countries. The platform exists, and that's something we're very proud of because as a European solution, we really master languages. So we have 46 languages available in the platform, so people can declare their skills in their own language, and we do the whole translation of languages. And those are the customers we have. If you want more stories, obviously I'll be delighted to talk to you about it. And if you want any resources, this week we launched the ROI toolbox. Have a look at it. We've got great calculators on helping you seeing ROI of HR solutions, so you can check what would be the impact. It's great Excel spreadsheets. I know I'm taking you away from spreadsheets to putting you back into spreadsheets, but this one is good. And we've got other resources, but definitely coming by the booth is a good idea. And one thing I want to tell you, we are designing cards to get you inspired. I call them the HRology cards. If you want to receive them on your desk, leave your email address and leave your postal address, because that will be something we'll be sending people. So it's coming before the summer. That's a nice tool to get inspired. So you can leave it. And if you have any questions, I can take them now. Anyone with a question? Wow, I was clear and I was fast, right? Yeah? Okay. Well, I'll leave you with 5 takeaways, 6 of them. You have my email address if you want. That's really like the summary slide, but you remember you need to keep your talent in mind when you design your talent experience. Marketing and HR have so much in common. So talk to your marketing teams. In fact, they could get you inspired. I love talking to my HR department, so do the same. I'm sure they could be... you have obviously an HR marketing teams, but the real marketing team could be quite interesting. The 3 steps of attract, engage, and consider are really the blind spots you have. So make sure you fix that. And leverage technology. You know what? I'm still a tech vendor, so and talent experience is not talent management. Is something that I really want you to remember if you want to be good in the theory of HR. And that's it. That's all.